Okay, so this morning we're going to be doing a sadhana, but I'll make us pause at various times, but we're doing a sadhana. We'll do it up to the conclusion of the Vajrasattva. And then in the afternoon section, we'll do the Guru Yoga section. So that way each of these sessions, morning and afternoon, encompass still portions of the sadhana. So although the text says in the space performing Guru Chakra Samvara, following the commentary of Moksha Dhamma Vajra, we do Buddha Vajra Dharma, just a solitary Buddha, and then put it to one side of him, Dharma text, and the other side maybe some other yogi yoginis. So we have Buddha Dharma Sangha. But most important is to start off with motivation. You know, we are a Buddhist, then we're not only that, we're a Bodhisattva, and we're not only that, then we're a Tantric Bodhisattva. But to as they say, the entrance to the Mahayana is a heart working for the benefit of all sentient beings, but always with intelligence. That's so important. It's not just like you're always giving, rather you're giving in proportion or in relationship to what is the need of the person. So there's always intelligence being exercised in regards to love and compassion in the sense of what is best for that person. But for starters, though, we can bring to mind let's say a child or someone who we have a feeling of love for. And I'm doing this practice for them and trying to maintain that feeling of love, then expand that to all sentient beings. Makes you a very friendly person. Around you is your father, your mother, and then all sentient beings, or just feeling connected with all sentient beings. We will say the prayer of the refuge tree in front, but we do the visualization of Moksha Dhamma Vajra. In the space before me stands Guru Chakra Samvara, Vajrayogini in union, surrounded by a host of root and lineage gurus, yidams, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Dhakas, and Dharma protectors. I, in the infinite space of all beings, take refuge in the glorious gurus from this moment until we reach enlightenment. We take refuge in the perfect Buddhas. We take refuge in the Dharma. We take refuge in the Sangha. I, in the infinite space of all beings, take refuge in the glorious gurus from this moment until we reach enlightenment. We take refuge in the perfect Buddhas. We take refuge in the Dharma. We take refuge in the Sangha. I, in the infinite space of all beings, take refuge in the glorious gurus from this moment until we reach the enlightenment. We take refuge in the perfect Buddhas. We take refuge in the Dharma. We take refuge in the Sangha. Upon attaining the supreme realization of a Buddha, I shall free all beings from the endless round of suffering and shall deliver them to the bliss of enlightenment. For that, may I practice the stages of Vajrayogini's path. Upon attaining the supreme realization of a Buddha, I shall free all beings from the endless round of suffering and shall deliver them to the bliss of enlightenment. For that, may I practice the stages of Vajrayogini's path. Upon attaining the supreme realization of a Buddha, I shall free all sentient from the endless round of suffering and deliver them to the bliss of enlightenment. For that, may I practice the stages of Vajrayogini's path. I bow down and take refuge in the gurus and the precious jewels. Please bless my mind. The refuge beings in the sky before me melt into white, red, and blue radiance, absorb into me. I receive the blessings of body, speech, and mind. So pause for a moment. The most important aspect is that the objects of refuge are your gurus. And if you have an inner offering, you just open it, but you don't flick any fluid. Instantly, I rise as the Venerable Vajrayogini. Om Gandaroi Hom Pe. Om Sabhawa Shuddha Sarva Dharma Sabhawa Shuddho Hum. All becomes void. From a state of voidness, from Yam comes a wind mandala, from Ram, a fire mandala, from three Ahs, the great of three human heads, on top of which from Ah comes a broad and extensive skull cup, Inside it, from Om, Kam, Tram, come the 5 nectars, and from Lam, Mum, Pum, Tum, Bum, the 5 meats, each marked with these syllables. By the wind moving, the fire blazing, the substances inside the skull cup melt. On top of these, from whom arises a white upside down kapanga, which melts and falls into the skull cup, whereby the substance become the color of mercury. Above these arise 3 garland strings of the Sanskrit vowels and consonants, sat one on each other. These transform into Om Ahom, from which light rays emanate and hook back to the wisdom nectar from the hearts of all the Buddhas, Vira heroes, and Yoginis of the 10 directions. Then this wisdom nectar combines with the nectar in the skull cup and increases and becomes exalted. Om Ahom, Om Ahom, Om Ahom. Now you can flick with the inner offering. Om Ganda Roy Hom Hom Pe. On Sabawa Shudo Sarva Dharma Sabawa Shudo Hum. All becomes void. From a state of voidness appear come syllables that turn into skull cups. Inside each skull cup appears a hum syllable. These turn into the offerings. Their nature is void. Their form is that of an offering, and is function to produce the extraordinary stainless bliss when experienced by the 6 sense powers. Om Aragam Ahom. Om Bhadyam Ahom, Om Vajra Bushbe Ahom, Om Vajra Dube Ahom, Om Vajra Dibe Ahom, Om Vajra Gende Ahom, Om Vajra Nimande Ahom, Om Vajra Shabda Ahom. On the crown of my head, on the lotus and moon seat, are Vajrasattva and consort in union. Their bodies are white, each with 1 face and 2 arms. He holds a Vajra and bell, she a knife and skull cup. He is adorned with 6 seals and she with 5. They sit in the Vajra lotus position. On his heart, when it is around the home, turns the mantra garland, sending down a stream of white nectar, cleansing me of all sickness, interferences, negativities, and obstacles. Okay, so just small points. Remember that both of them have the moon cushion with the mantra in their heart as you recite the mantra. And in this mantra, there is the error on the 3rd from the bottom line. It says, hum, 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 ha, 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 ho, Bhagawan. Sarvatathagata should be scratched out. It's not part of that mantra. It's part of the common Vajrasattva. So you would read that, hum, ha, 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 ho, Bhagawan, Vajra Heruka, Mahame, Munj, Heruka, Bawa, Maha, Samaya, Sattva, Ahom, Pe. Okay. Now, this morning, I want us to just do this, but I want us to put a lot of time into it because it's one of the more important things. Why? If you look at the flow of the nectar down and filling you up and then down to your heart and then the light switch, you have to think of it like your consciousness is combing your nervous system. Remember, the 3 obstacles to your nervous system are it's blocked, it's crooked, or it's dry. So what you want is that it becomes unblocked, straight, and humid or moist, the nervous system. So even though this is considered a preliminary practice, it's actually an unbelievably profound practice. And if you do this well, not just imagination, but really going through your body, is very powerful. Also, as I said, try to remember that this is like you have your guru. So the guru that really stimulates you the most. I mean, Dalai Lama, Lama Zopa, or for me, it would be Lama Yeshe. He was so versatile and so energetic and no fear to deal with delusions and stuff. And so for me, I make that this nectar is millions of little itty bitty Lama Yeshis, like super incredibly potent and capable. And so on one side, you physically feel that this nectar so slowly, like centimeter for centimeter, comes down. Okay. Now, you don't want to, like, if you're just thinking visualization, you might be making a little bit of an error. Try to have a lot of feeling with that. I mean, that's why, for example, you always visualize light and nectar, because light is very light, very soft, whereas fluids are more solid and substantial. So therefore, when you receive like light, it says light and nectar, you put the nectar as a fluid because it has a bigger impact on your physical body. Okay, so you feeling it, you feeling the nectar washes down slowly in centimeter by centimeter. Now that is the physical side of it. It's combing your nervous system. And you should really feel that it becomes fluid, open, moist, all the channels. If you come to a part of your body as you're scanning down, or purifying down, and it's maybe a bit numb, or sort of like dead meat, then you spend a little more time there just feeling it becomes energized and such, and then you go down a little bit further. There's the power of consciousness is strong. For example, when they first started were doing investigations for meditation, for example, they'd have someone, they focus their attention on their right hand. And although it was minute, the temperature and the blood pressure on that hand would go up. If they were then told to focus on their left hand, the blood pressure and temperature would just minutely go down on the right, and go up on the left. Just the power of moving your consciousness to a particular part of your body. I'm sure you're all familiar with the idea of, like, let's say you have a kidney disease or liver or something like that, that you move your consciousness to that part of your body. By doing that with some focus, you actually increase the blood flow in that section of your body, potentially helping it heal faster. So this is statistically, it's true. So the thing is, because Tantra completely relies on your body being healthy, your body, to the best of, best as it can be healthy, but the nerve channels and such, that what you want to do is you want to very gradually, centimeter for centimeter, scan down, and it's this effervescent nectar, bubbly, or whatever, full of good energy and things. If you want to include that being the wisdom, love, and compassion of your gurus as it goes down, that's excellent. And if you do hit an emotional thing, like in doing the meditation, suddenly comes this, memory of somebody you're angry with, or somebody who hurt you, then you say, like, all those, for me, it's all these little itty bitty lama yeshis, they all work to help fix that, along with me. So that way then you get some resolution. So forgiving or just, accepting it, that it was some of your karma that you had to work through, or whatever might be the most appropriate response. So that's why this practice, although it's considered a preliminary, is so powerful. So taking a comfortable posture, remember this is a left hand tantra. With Vajrasattva, you can do it on any finger you want. When you do the Vajrayogini mantra, it's on your ring finger of your left hand. But with Vajrasattva, it can be, with any, like, however you want to pull the beads. You pull them towards your heart, feeling you're pulling nectar and blessings into you. Okay. And again, you can have your arm up against your chest for a little while in front of your heart. But when you get tired, it's uncomfortable, just move your hand down to your lap and your mala. Generally, it's always good to have small beads, because you have a great big clunky mala, then it's heavy and sort of thing, and then turning the beads is sort of a big effort. Distraction. You want as little distraction as you possibly can have. So having a mala is beneficial. It makes you just sort of be a bit conscious of reciting mantras, but having a mala that just really doesn't cause much effect on you. Like, you can really go into your meditation. That's the more beneficial thing. So again, we're actually going to meditate. So I said this session, we're going just up to here to Vajrasattva, but I really want you to put some time into your Vajrasattva practice. So on the crown above you, white Vajrasattva and Queen of the Vajra realm. Okay, that is inseparable with your gurus. So really think that, like Dalai Lama or whoever your gurus are, Duo Kensei, Karmapa, whatever, they really are on the crown of your head. Then actually in their heart is the mantra, but if you did the extensive version of a Vajrasattva practice, they send out light. The light touches all the minds of the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas. They send back waves of entire wisdom being energy that absorbs into it, so it becomes more vivid and alive for you on your crown. That's all in the extensive commentaries of Vajrayogini. This is a very brief one. I say extensive sadhanas of Vajrasattva. These are a brief one. Now we'll do the mantra out loud, maybe 3 or 4 times, just so you get familiar with it. In the long run, you do want to memorize it. So, okay, we will do the English once or twice just because it's good. So I'll get the English out and ready for me. Okay, if you don't have it, don't worry. So, mala in your left hand. Okay, now the four opponent powers. So let's say you bring to mind something that you regret. Like, gee, I wish I hadn't done that, you know. It's not like, oh, I'm bad. That's negative. That's like you have two jobs to do then. Fixing I'm bad and whatever the negativity was. So don't do that. It's like, I wish I hadn't done that. I don't want to do that again. That's the first step. I don't want to do that again. I take refuge, turn my mind towards beings that are more enlightened, that don't do that. They inspire me. Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. The Vajrasattva practice would be the technique that we use to purify. And then we dedicate, but that comes at the end. So we'll do it a couple times in the Sanskrit. Om Vajra Heruka Samaya Manu Palaya Heruka Teno Pratisa Trido Mevo Sutogayo Mevo wa Subogayo Mevo wa Anuragda Mevo wa Sarva Siddhi Mevo Sarva Kama Susame Chitam Triyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Vajra Heruka Me Munja Heruka Bawa Maha Samaya Saba Ahum Pe Om Vajra Heruka Samaya Manu Palaya Heruka Teno Bratiza Trido Mevo wa Sutogayo Mevo wa Subogayo Mevo Anuragda Mevo wa Sarva Siddhi Mevo Yasha Sarva Karma Susame Chitam Triyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Vajra Heruka Me Munja Heruka Bawa Maha Samaya Saba Ahom Pe. For in English, Om Vajra Heruka, may I be upheld by you, remain firmly with me. May you be pleased with me. May you be happy with me. Have affection for me. Bestow on me all powerful attainments. Make my mind, make my actions good. Make my mind most glorious. Om Ha 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 Ho. Blessed one, all thus gone ones. Do not abandon me, being of indestructible nature. Ahom Pe. Om Vajra Heruka Samaya Manu Palaya Heruka Teno Pratita Trido Mevo wa Sutogayo Mevo wa Supogayo Mevo Anuragda Mevo wa Sarva Siddhi Mevo Yasha Sarva Karma Susame Chitam Triyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Vajra Heruka Munja Heruka Bawa Maha Samaya Sapa Ahom Pe. Om Vajra Heruka Samaya Manu Palaya Heruka Teno Pratisa Trido Sutogayo Mevo wa Subogayo Mevo wa Anuragda Mevo wa Sarva Siddhi Mevo Yasha Sarva Karma Susame Chitam Triyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Vajra Heruka Munja Heruka Bawa Maha Samaya Sapa Ahom Pe. Om Vajra Heruka, may I be upheld by you, remain firmly with me. May you be pleased with me. May you be happy with me. Have affection for me. Bestow all powerful attainments. Make actions good. Make my mind most glorious. Hum Ha 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 Ho. Blessed one, all the God, thus gone ones. Do not abandon me. Being of indestructible nature. Ahom Pe. Om Vajra Heruka Samaya. You do it quietly to yourself. And if you're not familiar with the mantra, you have to memorize it. So maybe just focus on that initially. And then as you get familiarity with the mantra, you don't need to think about it anymore. Then move to the nectar flowing down and really first focus on this is the supportive love and affection of my guru coming into my crown. Remember, the Buddhas have no fear. There's nothing more powerful than the Buddha's own mind, that male or female Buddha. And they have infinite love. And the basis of their love is empathy. All the millions of rebirths they had as a sentient being, just like you, sometimes having trouble with this, sometimes having trouble with that, but always their bodhicitta took them through it to a better place afterwards. So that's their love, and then their wisdom. They understand reality. No phenomena is independently existent. So let's say you have a really big emotional issue inside. You have to recognize it's not self-existent. It has holes in it. Maybe emotionally it has a big impact on you, but it has holes in it. So your wisdom says, this is not something like a hard rock that I can't do anything with. I can penetrate it. First with my wisdom, with just a good intention that affects it. Then with the love and the compassion of the Buddhas and my own sort of, may I bring this problem into enlightenment? My trauma, may I bring it into enlightenment? If you do bring a trauma into enlightenment and you hear somebody else having it, you have love and compassion for them. You have empathy for them. So that's the benefit of that particular perspective. And finally, maybe we're a bit weak, and so we feel a bit vulnerable to that delusion, that particular trauma. But the Buddhas don't have that. So that's where maybe you put more faith to, you're the little effervescent bubbles, the little atomic, things of Dalai Lama, Lama Zopa, Lama Yeshe, whoever your gurus are, that they meet that particular issue and problem and dissolve it. That is, if you meet some emotional issue, possibly you won't do that for quite some time. So you do the mantra, and so first memorize the mantra, and then slowly then centimeter for centimeter, have it go down through the inside of your body and all the nerve channels, in the skin of your skull, and then just underneath the bone of your skull, and in the brain, and then going down the pituitary gland, and then down towards the throat and your thyroid, and then down towards your heart. And just this nectar goes down and it wakes them all up, makes them clean. So I'm giving lots of commentary, but this is how you want to do the mantra. And it goes all the way down, washing all the heavy negativities out of the bottom part of your body, out of your anus, out of your genitals or whatever. All the heavy things like snakes and scorpions and stuff just represents heavy delusions. Also like thick oil or something, negativity washes out. When you do the second version, it goes up and fills you up. And the more subtle sort of like some small slime or something gets washed up and then out through your nose, your ears, your mouth and such. That's the second. And the third one is it comes down like a stream, like a drop of very slowly moving honey. Sort of comes down out of Vajra Herukas and Queen of the Vajra realm, enters your crown, dribbles down so slowly inside of your brain, down through your throat, and it finally hits your heart. And then there's this flash. It's like it hits a light switch. It makes the current, and your whole body becomes clear like crystal. Om Vajra Heruka Samaya Manu Palaya Heruka Teno Pratiza Mebawa Sudogayo Mebawa Subogayo Mebawa Anurana Mebawa Sarvazidi Mebriyancha Sarva Karmasame Chitam Triyam Guru Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Vajra Heruka Unja Heruka Bawa Maha Samaya Sava Ahom Pe. So you do it quietly normally. I just did it out loud for you to be more familiar with the mantra. As you continue with the meditation, if you have memorized the mantra a little bit, then possibly just do a scan with no reference to the mantra, like just taking your mind down into your skull, into the top of your brain, the middle part of your brain, down into the pituitary gland, down into your throat. Just do it with no particular idea of visualization, so that you do really get a feeling of the various parts of your body. So you come down, so you're at the base of your throat, and you come down into your chest. You slowly come down inside you into your stomach, then into your thighs, your buttocks, your genitals. You're fully conscious of that part of your body. You're moving consciousness, attention consciousness through that part down into the thighs, to the knees, shins, to the ankle bones, to the toes. I'm doing it fast. You should do it slowly. So do that maybe once or twice, and then maybe back up. Then bring the mantra in. Then bring in the effervescent sort of good nature of your gurus. It's a lot. So it takes a little bit of practice to get it all tied together. But that way, then you really are going to be affecting yourself both physically and mentally, emotionally. Om Vajra Heruka Samaya Manu Palaya Heruka Teno Pradisa Trido Meva Sutogayo Meva Zubogayo Meva Anuraido Meva Sarva Siddhi Meva Yaja Sarva Karma Susan Chittam Triyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bago Vajra Heruka Mame Muja Heruka Bawa Samaya Sava Ahom He. To give you some clarity, think of it like you're combing your nervous system, taking the snarls out. Each centimeter and centimeter of your body, from your crown to your toes, you're combing the nervous system with the bliss and love of your gurus and the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas. Remember, the second washing is like you fill a vase with water. The nectar flows down, hits your pelvic floor, and then slowly fills your legs, your thighs, slowly, and then slowly starts filling you up, your stomach, your chest, your shoulder blades, your neck, etc. You fill up. Second washing. And the sign that you're waking up is maybe all your body starts to tingle a little bit. That tingling sensation, that's your nervous system. Clean, straight, unblocked, moist. And periodically think that Om Vajra Heruka, may I be upheld by you, remain firmly with me. May you be pleased with me. May you be happy with me. Have affection for me. Bestow on me all powerful attainments. Make all my actions good. Make my mind most glorious. Om ha 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 ho Bhagawan. Vajra Heruka, Mame Munja Heruka. Mame Munja is do not abandon me. Ahom Pe. Om Vajra Heruka, may I be upheld by you, remain firmly with me, may you be pleased with me, may you be happy with me, have affection for me, bestow me all powerful attainments, make my actions good, make my mind most glorious, Om ha 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 ho, Bhagawan Vajra Heruka, do not abandon me, Ahom Pe. Om Vajra Heruka, may I be upheld by you, remain firmly with me, be pleased with me, be happy with me. May you have affection for me, bestow powerful attainments, make all my actions good, make my mind most glorious. Om ha 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 ho, Vajra Heruka, do not abandon me, Ahom Pe. Om Vajra Heruka Samaya Manu Palaya Heruka Te No Pratita Rido Mivo Vasu Tokayo Mivo Vasu Pokayo Mivo Anuragda Mivo Vas Sarvasiti Mibriyaja Sarvakama Susame Chitam Triam Guru Ha 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 Ho Bhagawa Vajra Heruka Muja Heruka Bhava Maha Samaya Sapa Ahom Pe. And the final washing, coming out of the stem of the lotus, which is in the acupuncture point at the crown of your head, a slow, slow drop of honey, the nectar from Vajrasattva and Queen of the Vajra realm, starts coming down inside of you, like a thick, slow dropping down. Nectar comes down through the center of your brain to your brain stem, down, comes slowly down, hits your thyroid, comes down a little deeper, center of your chest, level of your heart, and there's a light switch there. When it hits that, then just have your whole body lights up with all those little atomic little drops of nectar, which maybe are your guru, which are effervescent. And your whole body is just sort of vibrant, brilliant, energetic, free of delusions for the benefit of sentient beings and yourself. Om Vajra Heruka Samaya Manu Palaya Heruka Radhiza Drido Mebava Sutagayo Mebava Zupagayo Mebava Adanraita Mebava Sarvasiti Mebiyasha Sarva Chitam Triyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagava Vajra Heruka Mame Puja Heruka Sava Ahom Hey. So if you've done the 3 cycles, go back and start at the beginning of the first one again. But this time maybe put more emphasis. It really is, your guru. It is Dalai Lama, it's Sangha Rinpoche, it's Dilgo Khyentse Rinpoche. Even if the guru has died, doesn't matter. If you have a strong feeling for that guru, maybe they really had a deep love for you, compassion for you. Then you just feel that, every centimeter of your body is filled with that healing nectar. So again, do the 3 washings slowly. Then this time put a little bit more attention to the feeling. So I remove the heavy or intermediate or light delusions and obstacles. I feel blissful in my body. My nature is out of bodhicitta for the benefit of sentient beings. Om Vajra Heruka Samaya Manu Palaya Heruka Tino Radhiza Drido Sutogayo Mebawa Supogayo Mebawa Anuraita Mebawa Sarvasiti Mebiyasa Sarvakarma Susane Chitam Triyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagava Vajra Heruka Munja Heruka Bhava Samaya Sapa Ahum. Remember, you're combing your nervous system, cleaning it, purifying it, unblocking it. Crown, the face, the throat, the chest. If you do it well, then some parts of your body might become more alive, more blissful. Really feel the blissful feelings because your nervous system is more clean. Having a positive nature, wish to benefit, altruistic feeling, all those are very blissful feelings. So just fill yourself up with that, the nectar of Heruka Vajrasattva and Queen of the Vajra realm. And feel your whole body becomes more brilliant white, clear like crystal. Even though we might have some negative tendencies, they're greatly weakened. Om Vajra Heruka Samaya Manu Palaya Heruka Teno Pradisa Trido Mevawa Sutokaya Mevawa Supokaya Mevawa Anuraga Meva Sarvasiti Mepriyacha Sarvakarma Susame Chitam Triyam Guru Ha 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 Vo Bhagavan Vajra Heruka Ma Me Mujay Bawa Maha Samaya Sava Ahom Pe Om Vajra Heruka, may I be upheld by you. Remain firmly with me. May you be pleased with me. May you be happy with me. Have affection for me. Bestow all powerful attainments. Make all my actions good. Make my mind most glorious. Whom ha 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 ho. Vajra Heruka, do not abandon me. You of indestructible nature. Ahom Pe. Om Vajra Heruka, may I be upheld by you, remain firmly with me, be pleased with me, be happy with me, have affection for me, bestow all powerful attainments, make all my actions good. Make my mind most glorious. Whom ha 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 ho. Blessed one, Vajra Heruka, do not abandon me. You of indestructible nature. Ahom Pe. Om Vajra Heruka Samaya Manu Palaya Heruka Te No Pradisa. Mevawa Sutokaya Mevawa Subokaya Mevawa Anuraga Mevawa Sarvasiti Mepriyasha Sarvakama Sutsame Chitam Triyam Guru Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Vajra Heruka Mame Heruka Bhawa Maha Samaya Sapa Ahom Te. As you come towards the end of doing your Vajrasattva practice, you should really try to feel like your gurus completely love you. You're just completely full of that, their good energy, their inspiration. Depends on the gurus you have. For me, Lama Yeshu is just a big ball of love. I'm completely full of his energy. Although we could read the Sadhana, don't do that. Let's just focus on, see Vajrasattva in concert on the crown of your head. They say, please, Vajrasattva in concert, I made some mistakes. I made some errors. And Vajrasattva in concert together, they say, don't worry, my child. I love you perfectly. Feel that they start to turn into light energy. They flow down, come into the crown of your head, flow down towards your heart. Fully enlightened Vajra Heruka and Queen of the Vajra realm merge inseparably with you. You can have just all of your body tingles, is clear like crystal. And if you have a particular thing that you want to stop again, like not repeat some negativity, you say, for this morning, I'm not going to do that. Okay, so we can sort of stop. We're going to not do any more of the sadhana. In the afternoon session, we'll start off with the Guru Yoga possibly and just go through that. But you can see, like, wow, I mean, the practice of Tantra's got so many juicy, wonderful things, you know, just Vajrasattva is juicy, wonderful. I know a lot of people, they do the Vajrasattva practice first to sort of really clean up their sense of self, their self-esteem and things. And definitely feeling deeply loved by your gurus is something really special, important. You know, I mean, even in Christianity, you say you have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. As I can appreciate, that's Guru Yoga. You know, so for us, it's Guru Yoga with the Dalai Lama. Maybe, you know, you haven't met the Dalai Lama or haven't met Lama Zopa Rinpoche, but maybe you've met some other teachers that are really special. Or just even think, I mean, I only met Dilgo Khyentse Rinpoche and Nyingmapa Lama twice in my life, but it's such a holy Lama. So, I mean, I had such a good feeling about him, and I just sensed he really cared for me. So I use that, you know, use these very constructive, positive sensations and feelings you have with some of the teachers you have. And you're just completely full of that energy. Helps you move forward in your practice so much. Okay, so just we already, you know, feel we're one with the Vajrasattva, Heruka Vajrasattva, and Queen of the Vajra realm. We're very happy. Remember, being happy increases your karma. So being happy is really good. So I dedicate this for being more enlightened in my life and offering that enlightenment for the benefit of everybody. May all of our wonderful gurus live very long lives. And may there be peace in the world. Okay, so see you at 2 o'clock English time, and wherever part of the country, your world you're in. Okay, thank you very, very much. We can close the session.